everybody, Kathleen Hunter here, another drive time video. This morning I was just thinking about how do you finance your online business? How do you get yourself off the ground? It isn't something that is maybe easy for everyone. We don't all have, $20,000 sitting in the bank, or we don't all have extensive credit lines that are available to us. We don't all have extensive credit cards that are available to us. So how do you go about financing the startup costs and the ongoing costs for your online business? And this is something that, I experience as a single person, that I have one income and I have to make that income cover all of my expenses that I have, as well as the online expenses that I have for my marketing, and for if I wanted to buy lead traffic, if I wanted to run Facebook ads, if I wanted to go through and do any kind of marketing through ClickFunnels. There's a fee that's associated with that. So it's a question that sort of is on my mind all the time. How can I be creative and find the finances in order to do that? And so I was just thinking about that this morning, and I'm sure there's lots of people out there that are in the same situation that I am, that it's not easy to find the extra money in order to do your marketing. So I wanted to just share a few ideas that I have, that I use in order to make extra money, in order to fund my internet marketing business. I don't like to have anything that's committed to the expenses. I don't want to have anything coming out of the money I have to cover my monthly expenses. Those are the first and foremost most important things. If you can't cover your rent, if you can't cover your mortgage, if you can't cover the costs of food on the table for you and your family, then you really have to think outside the box. And is this something that's right for you right now? So you need to be creative. How can you go about making extra money to fund your internet business until it starts to grow and really starts to pay you back? There is always going to be an investment that you have to make in order to make your business grow. Nothing just comes for free, and we need to make sure that we're conscientiously finding the funds to market our business. And so one of the things that I do is I am a riding coach, and so I teach riding, or I train other people's horses. Aside from my full-time job, I do that a couple of times a week to make extra money, as well as I have a secondary business that I run as well, which is through Arbonne, and I make commissions on the sales from Arbonne. So that also helps to fund my internet marketing business. And the other thing that I've recently started doing is going through my home and looking at all of the stuff that I have that I never use. So I'm in the process of doing a massive sort of clear out of things that I don't ever use, that I don't need. I might like to have them, and sometimes the conversation I have with myself when I'm trying to decide, is this something I want to keep or can I let that go, is a little challenging, because I tend to want to keep those things. I think, as most people do, we like to have nice things. We like to have gadgets and the latest things, and coffee makers and bread makers and all of those kitchen appliances that do we really need and use? Electronic appliances, things, do we really use all of the things that we have? Netflix and Crave and all of those different online streaming companies now really have sort of made DVDs redundant. And so do you need that DVD player? Do you need to have all of those DVDs sitting there? Because you can pretty much stream them on demand anytime. So these are the things that I've been looking at, and really I'm amazed at how many things I have that I just don't use. And so therefore, if I don't use them, I don't need them. But somebody else might like to have them. So there are all kinds of online indoor yard sales, or organizations that you can list your items for free, Kijiji, Craigslist, all of those things, and make some extra money. And it'll be amazing how much there is in your home that you really don't need, that you can put that money aside and use it for your internet marketing. It's just a simple and easy way to kind of clear out the clutter and finance your internet marketing business. And some of the other things you can look at doing is, are you able to get a credit card that you can designate specifically for your online business? Are you able to get a loan that would allow you to have cash in the bank in order to finance those first startup costs, whether it's paying for traffic or your monthly expenses with ClickFunnels and things like that? Do you have access to that sort of thing? Is there anybody in your family that really believes in you that would help you get started? Would they loan you some money in order to help you get started? There's always costs associated with starting any business, and the business I'm a part of is Legendary Marketer, and there is absolutely startup costs to that business, but they're not unreasonable, and the training that you get within that platform is just absolutely outstanding and first rate, I think, in the industry. And the support that you get continuing after you've after you've joined, the continued support that you get technically and educationally and emotionally from the groups that we have is just tremendous. So that's another thing that you can sort of think about. What are some ways that can you get a part-time job? Are you able to designate X amount of hours a week to do whatever it takes? If it takes all summer mowing people's lawns and doing some landscaping on your off hours, is that something you can do so that you can build up a nest egg that will allow you to do your internet marketing without having to worry about dipping into your personal monthly expenses and your bank account that maybe share with your spouse, and that you have all those monthly expenses that we all have and that we really need to make sure are covered, because those, number one, we have to take care of the basics. We need a place to live, we need food on the table, we need to be able to get to work. So maybe we need a car, we need a transit pass, or we need whatever it is that enables you to get to work. If it's a bike or it's a motorcycle, whatever it is, we need to make sure that we're paying for those things so that we can continue to go to work and fund our life in the aspects of just day-to-day living. And then how can we find something in addition to that to fund our internet marketing business so that we're never cutting into or taking money away from those monthly expenses that we know that we have to cover? What's going to work for you? Really start to think outside the box. Really dig deep. What are some of the skills that you have? Are you able to be a tutor? Do you have some, phenomenal math skills that somebody could really use? And can you get yourself signed up for tutoring? Great way to make money. And it's on your off hours. How about, are you able to do services for seniors that are kind of shut-ins that need help? Can you go and do shopping and help with apartment cleaning or anything like that, where you can make money by going in and preparing meals or whatever it might be? There are just a myriad of ways that you can go about making extra money. You just have to really think about, what are the skills that I have? What can I do that's marketable? What can I do to, in the short term, earn extra money to fund that marketing business? And then once the marketing business starts paying you back, starts paying you on a monthly basis, then you can look at, maybe I don't need to have that secondary source of income anymore. The business is carrying itself. But until you get to that place, how are you funding your business? And I think it's important that we look at funding it in a way that is not going to do harm to you long term. Financial harm, in this case, is what I'm talking about. Going to do financial harm to you or your family long term. You never want to jeopardize what's most important, which is making sure that your own personal needs and your family's needs are looked after first and foremost, and then your marketing business. You can't trade one for the other, because it takes time to build a marketing business. There is not going to be instant success. This is, if you're new to this business, there is a gigantic learning curve, and that learning curve has to be funded somehow. And that's what I'm talking about. Being creative, finding ways to make extra money. You know, can you make an extra $500 a month? Can you make an extra $300 or $400 a month doing something in your off work hours that will fund that business? And I think there's a million ways. I'd love to hear from anyone watching the video what their ideas are. What do you do to make extra money in order to fund your marketing business? Or what are some of the ideas that you can come up with that you can use, or others might be able to use? So let's share some ideas here. So that's all I wanted to talk about today. I just really think it's important to think long term in this business, and in order to get long term, you have to get through that first stage where you have to fund and finance your internet marketing business. So have a wonderful day. If you like my videos, please hit the subscribe button, and if you click on the bell, you can get notifications when I upload new videos. And love to have your feedback, and please share if you like the content, and have a wonderful day. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.